they scream so loud. A big sky stretching past the clouds. Frozen rivers break their chains. Saskatchewan's got the bigger dreams. Canada's grip, it holds too tight, but the South it calls in the dead of night. Fields of wheat, they yearn for more. A better deal just past that door. Canada's grip, it holds too tight, but the South it calls in the dead of night. Fields of wheat, they yearn for more. A better deal just past that door. Oh, Saskatchewan, break the line. Cross the border, leave behind. Stars and stripes, they'll set you free. The USA, your destiny. Oh, Saskatchewan, break the line. Cross the border, leave behind. Stars and stripes, they'll set you free. The USA, your destiny. Taxes high, they weigh us down. Promises lost in Ottawa's town. We've been forgotten, left to fade. Time to rewrite the deal we made. Mountains far we've never seen. We're just the land where the cold is mean. A freedom south where the sun does shine. It's time to take what should be mine. Oh, Saskatchewan, break the line. Cross the border, leave behind. Stars and stripes, they'll set you free. The USA, your destiny. Oh, Saskatchewan, break the line. Cross the border, leave behind. Stars and stripes, they'll set you free. The USA, your destiny.
Greenland invited to the embrace. Welcome, welcome, Greenland folk. Stars and stripes, your story told. Unite the land seas far and wide. We'll walk together side by side. Mountains rise, frozen veins feed. Shifting tides, sowing the seed. North sky fire burns so high. Joining hands under shared sky. Welcome, welcome, Greenland folk. Stars and stripes, your story told. Unite the land seas far and wide. We'll walk together side by side. Can freeze. Strength and spirit, lands and seas. Borders fade like melting snow. Together stronger, onwards go. Welcome, welcome, Greenland fold. Stars and stripes, your story told. Unite the land seas far and wide. We'll walk together side by side. King, no crown, ice can freeze. Strength in spirit, lands and seas. Borders fade like melting snow. Together stronger, onwards go. Welcome, welcome, Greenland folk. Stars and stripes, your story told. Unite the land seas far and wide. We'll walk together side by side. Together
welcome to the NPC show. Deprogramming the world one NPC at a time. I'm your host Frank. Today is Sunday, March 8th, 2026. Good morning to everyone. How you doing? Give me a second. Still setting up. Hello to everyone. How you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Daylight Savings Day. I tried to sleep early yesterday. And try to wake up early this morning, but I don't do alarms. I don't like alarms. I like to just wake up on my own. And I woke up an hour late today. So yeah, that biological clock just needs a little bit of adjusting here. But hello guys, good morning. Good morning to, I don't know who that is at the top. Hello to you. Electrice. Good to see you. Cecilia, Daisy, Charlene, good to see you. Bobby, Ugly, good to see you. Carrie, hello to you. Thank you for the follow on TikTok. Yorka, Supdog, Enuma, Susan, good to see you. Patriot, Diane, JD Scarecrow, and Lisa, good to see you, dear. By the way, my handle on TikTok is Frank's Show Clips. Yeah. Where we at here? We've got Dixie, Sam, Josie, Daisy, Jillian. Good to see you, dear. Good morning. Happy Daylight Savings Day. Who here is an hour late? Is it late or early? Speak for early. An hour early. So some people might show up. I don't know who doesn't have a cell phone these days, right? How are you still late by an hour? The only thing I have to remember to do is adjust my the clock on my. I have to do my car too. That clock on your stove. Anyways, hello, High Place Drifter, Terry, Daisy, good to see you, Phoebe, When, good to see all of you. Thanks for hanging out. Hello to everyone on Foxhole. We've got, is it Josie Cooper over there? Look at that, hanging out in all platforms. Josie Cooper, thank you very much for being there. Anywho, let's get going. We have, I don't know. It's a full show. Because we got both. We got the war stuff, and then we also got all the stuff in the headlines. And then we've got several things to watch. One, we've got a press gaggle from yesterday, Donald Trump, on Air Force One, and a lot of alpha there. You're gonna get to a lot of ideas as to what's gonna be happening next and what's going on. We have it's a pretty funny parody music video. It's from like the 80s or 70s or something like that. It's Iran so far away, except the AI'd Donald Trump in place of the lead singer. JD Vance is playing the bass. Actually, not JD Vance, but the meme. JD Vance memes playing the bass. Rubio's on her drums. And then we got the one called from Chris Chapo talking about Japan getting prepared to go after China with us. I think down the road. I don't know who's going to be the one to do it, but it's not going to be on Trump's watch. I can tell you that it'll probably be at least a part Asian president of some sort, so it doesn't look racist, right? And then that's about it. And then we might do like some watch party stuff. I don't know, maybe some food that built America, right, guys? Hello, Barry, good to see you. Hello, Random Yank, Diane, Pedro, Mo P, good to see you. Hello, Janie, good to see you, dear. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hello, Tanya. Hello to you. All right, let's get going. First story of the day, John of God has been officially convicted. 118 years in prison. This is he. If you don't know who he is, he has a lot of photos with Oprah Winfrey. Okay? If you don't know about his background and this connection here, remember Oprah was the number 1, show for stay-at-home moms, right? She was on in the afternoon. Husbands weren't around. Stay-at-home moms are often, I don't get any attention. I'm lonely. I'm unhappy, even though everything in my life is paid for by this hard-working man working 8 to 10 hours a day, right? So guess what Oprah did? Oprah was like, there's this clinic in Brazil. It's my best friend, John of God. He's a great man. He's a healer. He's a spiritual healer, and he'll make you all better. Well, this guy was literally charged for kidnapping and rape of many women, okay, in which they were forced to birth babies, and the babies were sold $65,000 each, and this is 90s prices. Okay, you gotta wonder, what are they doing with these babas if they're going for $65,000? What middle-class family has money for a $65,000 baby to raise and love and cherish? No, it's not that. It's because newborn babies carry with them, everyone actually, every healthy person carries with them $250,000 worth of organs. That or they're making adult videos with them, or doing whatever disgusting things they're doing with them. And Oprah was absolutely involved in this. And have you seen her lately? Have you seen Ozempic Oprah? Yeah, she's all like, she looks like she's about as skinny as Michael LaVon Robinson right now, aka Michelle Obama. So yeah, he's finally been sentenced. Again, nothing happened to Oprah. Oh, and by the way, Oprah has many boarding schools in Africa where students have gone missing regularly. That is a regular thing. So again, we talked about this before. This info has been around since 2017. I talked about it in 2020. It's always important to revisit these things, especially when they pop up in the headlines like this, because I can assure you, even though he's gone, there are more people doing it. Brazil is, no question about it, the China of the Western Hemisphere at this moment. Okay, they got a communist president named Lula da Silva. They got 250,000 people to defend it. They'll be forced into it. Nobody in that country likes their government right now, but they are going to be the Iran of the next decade. We're gonna have to surround that country with military just to get the communism out of there. Yeah, we definitely I don't know what sanctions are going to do to Brazil. They're so big. They have enough consumers to sell to themselves and survive, not like Venezuela. Anyways, so he's gone, but there will be many more. And you guys got to make sure you keep your dumb wives in check, because they're going to go to some clinic like this and never come back. Yeah. Anyways, next story. David Copperfield ends his 25-year career in Vegas. I didn't even know he's still around. I thought he was replaced by Lance Burton a long time ago, but apparently both of them have been there concurrently or whatever. I believe I saw his show. I think. Was it at MGM Grand? I don't remember where it was. I think I saw either him or Lance Burton, one of the two. I think it was Copperfield, actually. Anyways, by the way, he has appeared in the Epstein files. There's a photo with him and G-Max. There's a photo with him and Epi in the background. And again, these are the reasons why you get connected with people like this, because they can get you these gigs, they can get you these residencies. Because again, he has blackmail on everyone, including people who ran. I think it's the MGM Grand he was at. MGM Grand, yes. Okay, I did see it. So it was at the show I saw was at MGM Grand. Anyways, he says, for 25 years now, I've been fortunate to headline at the MGM Grand. My last performance at the MGM Grand will be April 30th. Yeah. So, oh, look at this. Who's this from and to? The subject is regarding special master, a reply to special master's selection of attorney representative. What is this? It says, thank you, blank. On another FYI, FBI Seattle and FBI Las Vegas executed a search today on a warehouse owned by Epstein's favorite cohort, David Copperfield, in connection with allegations that Copperfield banged forcefully an adult female. Copperfield spoke with the girls at Epstein's home on several occasions, and tickets with backstage passes were a favorite birthday gift for Epstein to give the girls. I asked blank to contact the case agent to just stay in touch. I don't know who this is from and to. I don't know why they're both redacted. Down here, from and to is also redacted, along with phone numbers. I mean, the address is West Palm Beach. You know what community that is. It says here, Jane Doe number 10 states that she originally told Epstein that she was 18, but he found out that she wasn't and gave her 4 tickets to a David Copperfield show for her 18th birthday. Ew. Well, 86 page. G0D quietly. Oh yeah, that's right. Remember how they were talking about how there was another like 43,000 Epstein files coming out this week? This must be it here. It says that the DOJ quietly posted an 86-page Epstein co-conspirator file, then deleted it. It names the same inner circle that has been protected for over a decade. Goofy's testimony is in there. So are names like Maxwell Brunel, Jean-Luc Brunel, Marchinkova, I don't know who that is, Kellen, Ross, and Groff. Turns out the feds did what? The feds did what? Turns out the feds did investigate the network. They just didn't do anything about it. Let's see. What is this network here? Oh, this is the people he just named. Jean-Luc Brunel, Leslie Groff, Richard Kahn, Harry Beller, Darren Darren Indike. And then there's all these people that the DOJ is still protecting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to assume that those are establishment connections that are still active today. And if the Democrats want to release it, you better steal 2028. Here's some more photos being released. Is that John Kerry? I don't know. I can't tell. Yes, John Kerry. Bill Clinton. I think that's in another photo here. Who's this guy? I see the names Prince Andrew and Chris Tucker, but we're still looking for Chris Tucker. That's Prince Andrew. That's Chris Tucker. Who is this guy right here? That's a problem for Ion Nicola, Epstein's longtime employee. I'm guessing that's Ion Nicola right there. Yeah, he's in every photo. Yeah, there he is. Ion Nicola, a longtime employee of Epstein who claimed nothing happened while he was there in 2010. Right. The fact that you said nothing happened tells me something happened, because you can't tell me you went there and just did nothing. You know what I mean? Oh, we had dinner, we hang out at the beach, just, caught up a little. Usually that's what you say, right? Usually that's what you say when people ask you what you did on Epstein Islands, or what you did on vacation, what you did in, Cancun, right? What'd you do in Hawaii? What'd you do in Maui? He's just like, oh, nothing happened. Nothing happened. I don't know if that's a quote, but that's, interesting, right? Epstein asked the CIA and NSA if they had anything on him. They hit him with can't confirm or deny. Sure, that's a standard answer, but why was he asking in the first place? It says here. Ooh. August 31st, 2016. This is after the first conviction. Feeney asking about a pizza party this weekend. Who was actually at these pizza parties, and why are their names still blacked out? Ariane de Rothschild, chairman of Edmund de Rothschild's group, thanked Epstein for the thrilling hunt. Thrilling hunt. She's not just wealthy, she runs a multi-billion-dollar banking empire with clients across the globe, finance and royalty. The global finance and royalty. Good Lord. She says, thanks, thrilling hunt. Jeffrey, that was in response to Jeffrey saying, wait, which one was first? One's in 24-hour time, one's AM PM. I mean, what is that? 21, 23, 5 p.m. now? Is it going forward or backwards here? Anyways, it's fine. What else is there? That's all for that one. Copperfield, you are gross. Good Lord. I'm just glad you lived long enough to see yourself get exposed like this. Huh? Shameful guy? Shameful guy? Last Burton's like, residency. Next story. An activist judge ruled that Kari Lake's appointment to lead the U.S. Agency for Global Media was unconstitutional, and says that her layoffs and mass terminations was also invalid. That's bullshit. Again, this is another low-level wannabe garbage judge pretending to be a Supreme Court justice, trying to govern over the federal government. By the way, you remember this, okay? You remember this Democrats, okay? You on all your activist judges trying to stop everything Trump does. You wait until Gavin Newsom steals 2028 and all of our activist judges start blocking you at the federal level, okay? And then you watch Marco Rubio win 2032, and then we're gonna come after all of you for everything that you did, just like we're doing right now, okay? I'm still waiting for Ruby Freeman to get busted. Anyways, Carrie says, my statement on today's bogus ruling by an activist judge regarding U.S. AGM. She says, the American people gave President Trump a mandate to cut bloated bureaucracy, eliminate waste, and restore accountability to the government. An activist judge is trying to stand in the way of those efforts at U.S. AGM. Judge Lamberth has a pattern of activist rulings, and this case is no different. We strongly disagree with this decision and will appeal. She also says Lambert is the judge who slept through the J6 defendants' trials, then woke up and threw them in prison for absurdly long sentences. Meanwhile, keeping them held without trial, right? For 3.5 years. And he also ruled that violent male convicts who claimed they were trans should be housed in women's prisons. Sick and dumb. Man. I wish she had a more prominent position. She's great. She's got balls, you know what I mean? She's still standing up against a judge. Next story. So this photo has been circulating the internet of Senator Mullen here. This is J6. Okay, these are all the security guards, and they're like, oh, look at them hiding. Okay, first of all, this photograph happened soon after gunshots rang. So what do you do when gunshots ring? You duck down. Okay. Not only that, Nancy Pelosi's agitators were taking poles and banging them on the glass. Okay. The glass does not break in these buildings. It's security glass. Okay. It's two layers of glass with a layer of Lexan in the middle. It's the same shit your front windshield's made of, so that when you get in a car accident, if your front windshield breaks, you don't get tiny shards of glass into your eyeballs. And so here he is ducking down because gunshots rang out. Okay, and they're calling him, oh, you're hiding. This guy right here, Christopher Webb, says that. This black activist here.
The N-word.
Yeah, so that's what he had to say. Okay, he said, oh, he's being a coward. First of all, if he was a coward, he would be anywhere else up here, on the floor here, back here. Everyone else ran. Okay, he is one of the few, again, a former USC fighter, has the balls to post up where again, remember, they don't know what's going on, okay? This might have very well been a riot, an insurrection. We don't know what's happened. It took months to figure out that this was a setup, okay? And that's why he's posting up, getting ready to fight. But again, Christopher Webb, a BLM activist here, of course he's going to say stuff like that. Of course he is. Yeah. If he was a little bit darker, he would have been saying that, right? Yeah, we're talking about an unarmed person here, okay, posting up ready to protect his colleagues from imminent danger without a weapon. Okay, these guys are all armed. Yeah, you know, Bird, the guy who popped off Ashley, yeah, he was armed. So anyways, Tim Burchett chimed in on it and has something to say about that video right there. He actually retweeted this guy and says, yeah, why don't you delete it after I explain to you what happened? He basically explains everything I just said. So, again, stupid. And by the way, this is why you've all lost the narrative. Okay, no one's listening to you anymore. No one cares about your problems. No one cares about your continent. South Africa is going to be starving soon, just like Zimbabwe. You're going to be begging for white farmers to come back. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to be busy starting another war. Because those are our priorities. Because that's what we do. We hoorah. Okay? You want foreign aid? Go ask China. They seem to like you guys, right? They have institutionally enslaved you all recently. Huh? Oh, America's so racist, but I ain't going back to Africa. Of course not, because there's no SNAP benefits over there. Next story. The Free Palestine activist painted this mural, and it's upsetting the black community because it says Free Palestine using watermelon seeds. But again, it's watermelon, right? Which again, I don't understand why you get so butthurt over these stereotypes. I mean, look, Asians got noodles, okay? What white? I don't know how do white people land on cracker? I don't understand that. It's not even offensive. Anyways, so they're upset, but again, we know this about the Middle Eastern community. They don't like blacks. Okay, there was a video from London about a black lady, a black English woman, who was she worked as a housekeeping for a hotel, and when they started taking in the Syrians are like, I don't want black people cleaning my room. Remember that? And so she complained about it, and they fired her. Yeah, she complained that they're being racist to her, and they got rid of her because she's old news, right? This decade is all about Islamists, at least in Europe. Right, they're bringing all of them in. They're blowing everything up. They're making bomb threats mid-flight in an airplane. Right, we watched yesterday's show. We'll talk about that. But yeah, so that's the Mural that they're upset about. And it's like, okay, well, you voted to have more of them here, right? We wanted borders closed, but you wanted to be replaced. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. They're not impacting my community. I can tell you that much. Next story. James Woods says, I am done with the Republican Party. He's done. Yeah, he's mad. Between this and Thune's refusal to pass the SAVE Act, I'm done with these uniparty traitors. I'm changing my party affiliation to independent. No wonder President Trump is fighting an uphill battle every day. So good stuff. I thought by reading just the headline, I thought that he was mad about the war. Then I clicked in and I was like, oh, okay, he's still one of us. He's still one of us. Don't worry, because Trump is forcing their hand very soon. We're going to get to that in a bit. Next story. Virginia Democrats are moving to require schools to teach that January 6th was an insurrection. This is she. And by the way, again, Linda McMahon, please create the government snitch line so that we can snitch on these schools that are politicizing education and history. Okay? Because this is awful. They're teaching unpatriotism. They're basically politicizing their curriculum. Okay, we need to be defunding these schools. Hell, just go ahead and defund all of Virginia. This is what they're going to be teaching. Yeah? Don't worry, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll get their money they'll get their funding for their schools from like Neville Singham, from the CCP, from Mark Bray. They'll teach communism using communism bucks, right? But why are we allowing them to use USD for this, our tax dollars for this? I don't understand. Next story. Another Maha win. General Mills is removing synthetic colors from all products in K through 12 schools and from its full U.S. retail portfolio by the end of next year. Good stuff. Good stuff. Look at that. Thank you very much, Frank Delafour. Came from the crack of the whip. Just saying. I'm not sure what you mean. Crack of the whip. Give me 1 second. I need to do something real quick. What is this? Oh my God, I got another 50 minutes to wait. You gotta be kidding me. That's weird. I guess that makes sense. Whatever. Anyways. But thank you. I'm not sure what you mean by the crack of the whip, but cool. Thank you. Thank you. Give me 1 second. So good stuff. It's taking a little bit, but we are getting, there we go. I was going to set my alarm real quick for something. Anyways. Let's get going. Next story. Thank you, Frank. Trump posted this today. He says, great job by hardworking Scott Pressler on Fox and Friends talking about using the filibuster or talking filibuster in order to pass the Save America Act, an 88% issue with all voters, left and right. It must be done immediately. It supersedes everything else. Must go to the front of the line. I, as president, will not sign another bill until this is passed. Good stuff. I agree with it. Even if you got to shut down the government, you do it. I 100% agree with this. Okay? It's absolute bullshit. What the hell is Thune doing? He also says, and not the watered down version. Go for the gold. Must show voter ID, proof of citizenship. No mail-in ballots except for military, illness, disability, and travel. No men and women's sports. No transgender mutilation for kids. Do not fail. So he is vowing to not sign anything anymore. At least no bills anyways. I'm sure he'll still do executive orders because those are the things he wants, right? Which is great because generally what he wants is good. So good stuff. Hopefully this really gets it going. I mean, it's just insane, you know? It's March 8th, and we still don't have the SAVE Act passed. Been sitting there for months. Next story. The protesters in the USA are going very radical. I told you guys about this. Don't go to crowded places. Let the activists do it. Whether they're getting paid or not. I don't know if the right-wing activists are getting paid for this, because a lot of us, we know we do it for free. But anyways, here's the footage of a Muslim suspect shouting Allahu Snack Bar while throwing an object into a crowd of protesters in New York City. That is he. That is he running away.
Yo, he threw a bomb? Yo,
Yeah, they're throwing bombs.
That shit stinks. That shit stinks. Yo, did he just throw an Allah Akbar bomb, bro? Yo, that shit stinks. You know damn well that wasn't me, though. That was crazy. He threw an Allah Akbar cocktail at y'all. That was some wild shit, bro. And y'all saying them niggas is good?
Yeah. Here's another. He had same guy, by the way, same guy, different scene, dropping another. Looks explosive. So these guys are again. They're. Remember the movie? What's it called? Siege. That movie Siege, starring Bruce Willis and Denzel Washington. It was a movie put out like a year before 9/11 as a psyop to say, hey, just because a couple of them are doing something bad, don't arrest all of them. I think we arrest all of them and we start letting them out of prison after we vet them. Huh? We'll just copy the Democrat playbook where we arrest people, we'll detain them for 3.5 years, and we'll just kind of wait until they get a trial, Yeah. Awful stuff going on. Norway's eating it too. The U.S. Embassy in Norway dealt with an explosion. This is the hazmat crew dealing with the cleanup. I don't know what it was, but they said here, a bomb was thrown at the U.S. Embassy in Oslo, Norway. The police have not caught the perpetrators. Iran previously hired Sweden's largest organized crime group, Foxtrot, who was led by Ithi Kurdish Fox, to throw hand grenades at the Israeli embassy in Stockholm and Copenhagen. So I'm assuming they made their way to Norway. Anyways. Norwegian police report on Sunday that an explosion at the U.S. Embassy on the capital Oslo, but said there were no casualties. So that's good. There's no casualties, but what are you going to do about the rest of them? Norway. I'm sure you'll blame us, right? Oh, they're angry because America invaded Iran. Yeah, says the company with no army. Wait till we stand down when Russia invades you all. You realize that that Ukrainian war ain't stopping, which means he keeps going. And the more land he takes, the more he keeps. Next story. Bahrain says that their water desalination plant was damaged by an Iranian drone. By the way, yesterday I talked about how I read the statement by Trump saying that Iran apologized and surrendered. They didn't apologize to everyone. They apologized to their neighbors that they struck, the Islamic neighbors, and they said that they wouldn't do it anymore as long as no more U.S. forces go after them from those countries. Well, unfortunately, our forces are there in some of them, so we got to use them, so we're gonna use them, right? So that is resumed. Iran, by the way, their water desalination plant was destroyed yesterday, or at least damaged, and so they retaliated by hitting Bahrain. And if you're wondering what that is, it's a plant that basically turns ocean water into drinking water. It says here, the U.S. State Department releases security alert for Iraq. Not Iran, Iraq. They say here, Americans choosing not to depart should be prepared to shelter in place in a secure location for extended periods. So, yeah, we've seen missiles dropping in on Kurdistan, which is a northern green lush area of Iraq. They are most certainly forced to be involved at this point. And by the way, we're going to watch a press gaggle from Air Force One yesterday. Trump did talk about this. He has stated on that plane that he does not want the Kurds to get involved because the war is already complicated enough. But it has been stated, it seems like Iran is actually invading Iraq now, going after Kurdistan. And so they're probably going to need to be armed at this point, at least for self-defense. Oh, and by the way, look what Insider Liar is saying. Insider Liar, this publication here, says, authorities confirmed that debris resulting from a successful interception caused by a minor incident on the facade of a tower in Dubai Marina. The situation has been contained, no injuries reported. Well, I guess this makes it, it's Dubai's fault, right? It's the UAE's fault, right? For intercepting the missile, it's their fault, right? Is that what you're saying? So this is okay. It's not Iran's fault because it was the result of an intercepted missile, right? How about Iran not fire at their neutral countries to begin with? Then this wouldn't have been an issue. Yeah. Again, Insider Liars. You should go check out their page. Nothing but lies over and over and over. Yeah. Headlines like this all day. Yeah, it's hilarious. Tells you everything you need to know about this publication here. Good Lord. I follow 3 publications. Breaking 911. Okay, generally pretty good. They're pretty good about not posting AI stuff and misinformation. Disclose TV because they're in Europe, they're Germany, they're like AFD supporter guys. And then opposition because I want to know what they're pushing. I want to know what narrative they're pushing. You know what the leftists are pushing right now? They're pushing the narrative that the U.S. bases all over the Middle East are all decimated. Meanwhile, you look at all the videos. Wait till we get to Iran on what happened overnight. Holy crap, man. It is, it'll put it this way. It's raining oil in Iran. Yeah, and not because they're torching their own wells like Iraq did 20 years ago. It's raining oil in Iran right now because they got their oil facilities. Yeah. Bahrain says water desalination plant damaged by an Iranian drone attack. Kuwait says that its air defenses and combat aircraft are continuing to engage a wave of hostile drones that have breached the country's airspace. Again, they're still going after Kuwait. They're still going after all these countries. Yeah. Meanwhile, Kuwait's got an issue with their radical Islamists in the country. Their radical Islamists in the country are the ones that have been shooting down U.S. fighter jets. Yeah. That's what they meant by friendly fire, by the way. It's supposed to be a friendly country, unfortunately. It's not the Kuwaiti military. It's the people there. Maybe you want to, I don't know, abolish the Quran. You know that sci-fi book written by a pedo who banged a 6-year-old? Remember that? Yeah, that book. It's sci-fi. It's about as dumb as if like I watch Star Wars and I'm like, yeah, I'm like worshiping Darth Vader and stuff like that. It's like that. That's how dumb it is. Next story. Oil infrastructure in Tehran was hit by missile strikes. This was not last night. I think this was I guess you can say last night. It's hard to say because it's night right now, but I guess last night there, which is like our daytime yesterday. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's the oil facility there. Okay. Here's a better view of it. There we go. There we go. Oh, got him. There's that. Yo, you want a better view? Here's a better view. Look at that. Look at that. That is a decimated oil facility. You shall not sell any more oil until we get a full regime change. Not even a regime change. We want you to host elections. We want Reza Pahlavi to construct a government in which you will elect your leaders. That way they can be elected out anytime. So that's there. Yeah, it's look at this. It's another view right here. Look how big this is. Damn. I feel bad for the people still there that didn't get out, you know? They did put, by the way, they did put out like a beacon and say, hey, you want to probably get out of Tehran if you can. We'll help expatriate you somewhere else, but you want to get out of there because we got some work to do. We're here to free you. We're gonna liberate you, yeah. But you guys got to get out of the way. It's bad, guys. Here's a trail of fire right there. This is in Tehran. Yeah. There's that. Let me show you how that started because there's a video of how that started. Oh, what is this? The White House released another one of these videos. Anyways, I got that on the docket. Where are we at? Yeah, this is the black clouds that is raining oil right now. Yeah, you guys gotta get out of Tehran.
I want to show you something because after those fires raged, there was actually rain here in Tehran this morning. And you can see here, because this is a white car, that the rain is actually apparently saturated with oil. You can see on my finger that it's completely blackened, and that's something that's been coming down for the better part of this morning. So, of course, that's also a concern for folks here in Tehran, that there's this rain that came down that seems to be saturated.
And use your masks. This is one of those times where it will work. Let's see. What's that fire one? This is very interesting. I don't know how there was a trail of oil on the streets, but it got ignited. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Maybe perhaps they blew up the oil facility. The oil sprayed in one direction like a trail, and then the fire caught onto it. I don't know. Maybe that's some a weapon that Israel used that basically ignites like whole blocks, because we know they're not looking to be humanitarians, right? Anyways, American service member records an Iranian one-way attack drone nearly impacting a radar tower in the U.S. It missed. You missed. You missed. Nice try though. You almost got it. Here's where they didn't miss. A hotel, another place with civilians not involved in the war at all, in a country that wasn't involved in the war. Yeah. So they're hitting something. They just can't seem to hit the things that are important. Like we're doing. Next story. Oh, look at this one. This is what I was talking about with the Kurdistan thing. Islamic resistance in Iraq. This is a group in Iraq that actually supports Iran. They will be going after the Kurds, unfortunately. So we need to probably arm the Kurds. They will be very useful to us, I think. Yeah. But they released this video. They're going to get involved now. Yeah. The radical Islamists in Iraq are getting involved in this war now. They fuzzed all this out to hide the location of these rockets. Yeah. You repeat the same one 3 times. That does not mean you have 3 rockets, okay? Ooh, so scaly. So scaly, guys. Anyways, I thought you had the red flag up. The flag of revenge or whatever. Anyways, next story. The UAE Ministry of Defense released a footage of them using an Apache to destroy those drones. Look at that. Bingo. 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 Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Got him. What happened to those sea rams? Good stuff. I suppose they're not using sea rams because this is probably at a time when these drones are. I don't know. It's hard to say that they're at a higher elevation. Helicopters don't go that high, right? I guess they're just cruising at pretty low altitude or whatever. Next story. Iran's body that was selecting the supreme leader reaches their decision. The name is being kept private because they don't want to get blown up, right? And by the way, according to reports, Khamenei's son is still alive, although he was injured in a recent attack. So he is alive. He's probably likely the supreme leader right now, but they're keeping that hush hush so that we don't know who to we won't know who to take out. Unfortunately for them, this just means that we're going to take them all out. Not the civilians, not the Persians, the Iranians. We're going to take out the Iranians. Yeah? Next story. This is Trump on Air Force One. We're going to watch this whole press gaggle when we get over to Rumble. But he basically confirms, someone asked him about the intel that is being shared with Iran, and they're saying that it's Russia that's doing it. Others have said that it is China doing it. I believe it's both. And Trump's response was this.
Do you have indications of whether Russia is supporting Iran somehow in this?
I have had no indication of that whatsoever. If they are, they're not doing a very good job because Iran is not doing too well.
Well, if they are sharing information, they're not doing a great job because, yeah. Anyways. Next story. Oh, yeah. So Keir Starmer finally said, oh, yeah, we might send 2 battleships over to the Middle East. And Trump responded with this. The United Kingdom, our once great ally, maybe the greatest of them all, is finally giving serious thought to sending 2 aircraft carriers to the Middle East. That's okay, Prime Minister Starmer. We don't need them any longer. But we will remember, we don't need people that join wars after they're already won. Meanwhile, the leftists are still circulating rumors that all the American bases are decimated, and we're almost losing this war now. And meanwhile, I just showed you what the hell that we've been doing. We or Israel, I don't know which one, I don't know who's doing. I want to say it's a combination of both, and what we've been doing to their infrastructure. Yeah. Sorry. By the way, he says here, this was stated by the AP, quoted by the AP, as well as he says it in this press gaggle that we're going to watch the entire in its entirety. Trump says he's ruled out having Kurds join the Iran war. Says that they are willing, but the war is already complicated enough. You might want to just give them the ability to defend themselves, just because of the video that the radicals in Iraq just posted out. We might need them later. They're our buddies, huh? Next story. Plus, is better than deploying our own troops to the ground. Next story. Leftist globalist BBC. Remember we talked about this yesterday. They basically, there was a speech that Hegseth did, and they mistranslated it to basically make it look like we want to go out there and slaughter all their citizens. So again, it's the BBC again, government funded. Which, by the way, Mr. President, if you want the UK to get their border situation, their refugee situation under control, you need to deplete them of all their money. Okay, so they can't afford it anymore. They won't be able to afford putting these Libyans in hotels and providing them with food. Right? So again, it looks like our government needs to file a lawsuit with them this time. Our government this time, not so much Pete Hegseth, but the government. I mean, I suppose the Department of War would be one doing it, right? Because they're defaming us. They're telling the Iranians in Iran, the Persians, the citizens, the good people, they're telling them that we're going to destroy all of them. We're going to mutilate all of them. And that wasn't true. He said nothing of that sort. Here it is breaking. The BBC has been caught doctoring footage again. They changed Pete Hegseth's speech to make it look like he was talking bad about all the Iranian people, when in reality, he was talking about the Islamic regime.
Turns out the regime who chanted death to America and death to Israel was gifted death from America and death from Israel.
مردمی که فریاد میزدن که
So then they translated it to say people who were chanting death to America and death to Israel, now what they receive is death from America and the Israel side. So it looks like you're entitled to a very, very big lawsuit. And by the way, these are two governments that need to be suing each other. Okay. Oh, and by the way, how about this? How about this? Instead of suing them and getting it drawn in a long, drawn out, court trial, just add tariffs. That's simple, very simple, right? This is actually now it becomes something that you could probably do under FARA, right? The emergency. Oh no, I'm sorry, IEPA, under the Emergency Act, because we're in war. We're in war, and you guys are doing this. Yeah. Sounds like they need more tariffs, sir. We'll completely understand it. Next story. A protest erupts in Havana after more than 60 hours without electricity as anger at the communist regime grows. Yeah, guys. What do you do when you have no bread in circus? You go protest. Yeah, I'm talking about that circus called the television that people pay attention to instead of protesting their government or keeping an eye on their government, right? So, by the way, Donald Trump in a hearing yesterday, we watched that yesterday. The what is that called? The Shield of the Americas. It's basically it's basically like a border peace, but for the whole Western Hemisphere. He's basically said that Cuba is going to be done soon, something along those lines. Here we go.
I've been hearing as a little boy, I'd be hearing about Cuba. Cuba's a disaster. But I've been hearing so much about Cuba. But Cuba's in its last moments of life.
Last moments of life.
As it was, it'll have a great new life, but it's in its last moments of life the way it is.
As communists.
And but our focus right now is on Iran. And we'll do that. I would say, what will you do? Take about 2 days off, Marco? No, he won't. Maybe an hour. He'll take 1 hour off, and then he'll finish up a deal on Cuba. That'll be an easy one. But it'll be the entire region that we're doing that. Many of you have come today, and they say, I hope you can take care of Cuba, because you've had problems with Cuba, right? You mentioned.
Yeah. A zombie says she wants to go there and bring back some cars. Yeah, Cuba, because of sanctions, they've had to depend on all the cars that they had before the sanctions happened. So they have cars that are like 70, 80 years old that are like brand spanking new. They're all shiny. What was it? Fast and Furious 8, was it? Where it was filmed in Cuba, because I believe at that point in time some sanctions were lifted and we were allowed to go there or whatever. So Hollywood went there and they filmed parts of Fast and Furious 8 there, and you got to see a lot of the classics out there. They're all shiny, you know. They figured out ways to recharge non-rechargeable batteries. Yeah. Next story. President Trump joined Latin American leaders and signed the Commitment to Countering Cartel Criminal Activity Proclamation in Miami, Florida. This was yesterday. We did talk about that. Kristi Noem was there. She did do a speech. She seemed fine. It didn't seem like anything was wrong. There was, oh, by the way, yesterday, 2 days ago in the evening, there was an event about saving college sports, right? And yeah, that was a great little roundtable, by the way. It was a great roundtable. They talked about how they're trying to create new, I guess, governance over college sports because it's all jacked up. And the Supreme Court, they already passed one. The Supreme Court voted it down, 0-9. I don't know why, but college sports is being decimated now. But during the Q&A for that, he was asked about Kristi Noem. And he basically refused to answer it, okay? Which is good, which means he's protecting her. So that's good. This is funny. It looks like she's barefoot, huh? Kristi Noem right there. She's probably got skin-colored shoes. But it doesn't seem like she got fired at all. She was sitting right next to Rubio during the presser here. Yeah, it seems like she's just going to be getting to work. She's heading this little group here. You see all these presidents? You see Javier right there, these presidents of all these countries. Trump is too busy to deal with all these roaches, right? So she's going to deal with these roaches for them. The Mexicans. She's going to be dealing with it for them. So it doesn't seem like she got fired. It seems more like this is my explanation about what happened, okay? Again, an organization like this doesn't just spring up overnight. They had to plan this, okay? They not only, they all showed up on a Saturday. 3 days after she was the announcement that she's leaving the DHS, Okay, so the insiders, the Democrats, know about this, right? So they're like, oh, that means she's not going to be part of the DHS anymore. We have to frame it like she's getting fired. So let's bring up a scandal, you know? And by the way, about the $220 million ad spend to promote DHS with her riding on a horse, okay? I really don't think every single agency is required to okay expenses with Donald Trump all the time. That's too much work. He has his own finance person that would deal with that, right? But again, these are all independent agencies with their own budgets, okay? She's the head of it. She determines how money gets spent, okay? Well, you can argue what you want about whether it was ethical or not to put herself in the ad. I think it will. I think she for PR she probably should not have. I think the one at Super Bowl was a lot better. But she is allowed to do that. Okay, so this is not a scandal. The ad did what it was supposed to do to promote the DHS in a lighter light, to make it not look bad as the way the Democrats are portraying them to be. So whatever she did was absolutely reasonable. Okay, although she probably shouldn't have been in the ad, because then it looks like a 2028 presidential campaign ad, right? Oh, I'm going to use government money to run for president. That doesn't look good, you know? But what's done is done. This doesn't look like a termination to me. You know, it could be both. It could be, oh, the senators are not happy with her spending that kind of money, so Trump gave her another position where she doesn't have a say in. She doesn't make a decision on the expense, the money, and where it goes and stuff like that. So that might be, it might be a twofer, right? It might be a two birds one stone type of deal. Because John Kennedy wasn't happy about it, and he's not actually a bad dude. You know what I mean? So again, the problem was that she said Trump knew about it and Trump did not know about it. But again, the president doesn't sign off on the expenses. You know, in fact, he doesn't even control the money in America. The House does. The House controls the purse strings. You remember when we flipped the House and we got Kevin McCarthy in as Speaker of the House, and we immediately just started cutting all the ridiculous Democrats expenditures. We immediately cut funding to the 87,000 IRS agents, in which bullshit, stupid Senator Manchin just voted to include it into the Inflation Reduction Act, which is basically the Green New Deal. That dumb piece of shit. Anyways, he's gone. I hope we never hear from Manchin ever again. But the president doesn't even control finances. Why would she report it to him? You know, the fact that she said he knew about it is the issue, right? She probably should have said, we don't report our financial expenditures to the president. We have our own budget. I'm the one who makes those decisions. She should have said something like that. But, you know, I don't know. That's a toughie, right? Because she's saying that he knew. He hasn't addressed it at all. He's protecting her, so that's good. That means he still likes her. We're still unified, regardless of what people want to say about this fracture. Anyways, so that's him signing the new Shield of America's thing here. Here we go. Yeah. So think of this as the border of peace, except these countries aren't exactly at war. They're at war with the cartels, right? So how do you call it a border of peace when there's no war? So you got to call it something else. The Shield of America, they're protecting Latin America from cartels. So good stuff there. Next story. A passenger was removed from an American Airlines flight after she repeatedly refused to stop playing video games loudly on her phone. Despite multiple requests from crew to comply, she became belligerent and was ultimately escorted off the aircraft. If you're not aware, there's a very specific demographic that likes to buy these little Bluetooth speakers and play them loud everywhere they go. Okay, cruise ships have had to ban them. Now airplanes have had to ban them. If you're going to be listening to your own music, news, podcast, whatever, you got to use headphones. And they'll be selling headphones if you need to buy some. But anyway, so this person refused to get to let it go. Here we go.
I paid money for it, and I played a video for 30 fucking seconds at 50% sound.
You thought it was going to be a black person. No, it was not. It's either an Indian or an Islamist.
And that's the fucking reason you're kicking me off? The fucking, hey, if you want to record, then totally fine. No. Okay, I'm calm. No, I'm not. Because I said that sounds like your problem, you'll stop had a low fucking bullshit that like they didn't accept that, and that sounds like a damn problem. Go ahead and call the police. What the actual fuck?
The Mexican.
What the actual fuck? I stopped after that. I stopped after the second warning. It's okay for me to play a 30 fucking second video.
By the way, today is Patty Cooknell's birthday and Joy's birthday. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you all. Anyways, I gotta fix that. I usually have these notifications pop up just before my show. But it's popping up now. 5 minutes before the top of the hour. That's my 5-minute warning. That way I remember during countdown to celebrate your birthdays. I gotta fix. That's a lot to fix, man. You guys have no idea. I've got fucking daylight savings time. Why can't it change the times? I don't understand. I set it for a certain time. Daylight savings happens, and now all of a sudden everything's all my notifications are an hour late now. Fuck, man. You gotta be kidding, Google. I thought you guys are smart about this.
Yes, please record me. Listen, hey, is this not a free speech America? Or like are we being assholes to literally everybody?
I like how these foreigners try to use the Constitution to protect their degeneracy, you know? Is this a free speech? He said that's not what free speech is. It's for public discourse, not for your bullshit music.
I know. I am keeping the peace. Can I not express my feelings? Can I not express my feelings? Okay, thank you. I am doing this.
This is why their men throw rocks at them.
Okay, thank you for recording me.
Hey, clearly a Snap recipient right there. Here we go.
Played a video for
this is the only, I'm telling you, Snap is the only way someone this insufferable can afford to eat that much.
Played a video for 30 fucking seconds. Come on. Go ahead. You gotta go in front. Okay. 30 fucking seconds.
Thank you, officer.
Oh man, you know this gets her on the no-fly list, right? Next story. Here is a restaurant that is trying to gyp their customers. Okay, there's no way this math was accidental. Okay, look at this person. They have the check amount $60. They click 18%, and look what it says the tip is $29.88. That's almost 50%.
Don't just punch in 15 or 18% because my check came out to 60 and they're saying 18% is almost $30 out of.
I'm telling you, if I saw that, I would tip 0. I would go custom and I would put 0 is what I would do. Okay, and I would call the manager over and I'd tell him exactly why I did 0.
60. That's a 50% tip.
I'll be like, I don't have to tip because you're clearly ripping other people off. You've gotten extra tips from them. I don't think I need to. I think we're good. We're square. We're hunky-dory, right? Socialism, we all share. They tip too much. I tip too little. We're all even. Everyone's even, right? Stupid.
So they're trying to trick us. Look, if you hit 20, it makes it 33. 18, 29. That's...
Oh, it includes a kitchen fee.
Not right. So it's actually $12. 18, I think 20% is actually $12. Don't get bamboozled.
Yeah. I'm telling you, they need to start doing some lawsuits against these guys. You know, some, what do they call them? Class action lawsuits or whatever. Because that's clear deception right there. What happened to that one video? Anyways. Oh, by the way, Union City, Michigan is absolutely destroyed from that tornado we were talking about the other day. Yeah, the tornado happened on Friday, I believe. And it is completely destroyed. That was a huge tornado. Yeah, that's crazy. Give me 1 second. There's one more story that I had, and I'm like, where did I go? I forgot to park it somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on, come on. You know what? It might have gotten deleted, and that's why it's not there anymore. But it would show up as like the homepage at least. You know? Oh, there it is. Ah, that's funny. There it goes. There it goes. Where is this? Oh, it's no location. Oh, hold on. Portland. You can always count on Portland to do something like this. Look at this. Is that in Portland? They're protesting and they're burning the American flag, or try to anyways. He ended up setting himself on fire. Oh man, that's hilarious. Anyways, what was that? Oh, look at that. Look at that. There's this white streak right there on his pants. He's got black pants, right? That's melted vinyl on his pants.
It's calm.
I'm sure it's just the flag, sir. Anyways, that's hilarious. All right, guys, remember I got two other channels, Frank's Show Clips as well as Frank's Funny Shorts. The links to both of those in the description. Please give those a follow, ring the bell, watch every video, give it, watch the whole video, please. Share it out. Help the channel grow just a little bit. We're gonna go to Rumble right now. We've got the press gaggle to watch. We have a parody song called "I Ran So Far Away." We've got Chris Chappell talking about Japan putting missiles in support of Taiwan. And then yeah, by the way, cash that, buy me a coffee, subscribe to our Patreon, or ways you can support the channel. You can also become a member. Like, oh, look at this, everyone with green font here. Look at that, a lot of members hanging out today. Thank you very much, all of you. You can join, become a member. Oh, the poll today is, do you support the ongoing war? 53% of you said yes until the regime is gone. 27% said yes, but it's got to end soon. And 13% of you said no. 7% says unsure. Yeah, you know how much support there is for this war? At least from the GOP itself, it's like 82%, something like that. It's freaking insane, the number. Yeah. Because he did such a good job with Venezuela, right? Literally on day one, he took out the Ayatollah. You know, it wasn't this long drawn out. Oh, we're gonna take another 19 years to go find him, and then we'll bring him to justice. No, bam, done. You know, problem almost solved. We're getting there. And by the way, guys, you guys can also become a member over on Rumble. If you do it there, you get access to our Rumble Premium Hangouts, where we check out, we watch food and pets is what we do there. Well, hope to see you guys over there. Have a good one, YouTube. Have a great day. Time to catch up. If you forgot about daylight savings time, you're missing an hour. So hustle, catch up. Have a good day. Goodbye, YouTube. Bye.